Hello, Leos. This is Terra Queen Jamila. I'm here to do your love and money forecast for May 2017. So, welcome to the channel. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button. And if you are looking for a private reading, the link to my website is in the video description box. I am running a special through the month of April, 30 minutes for 20. So, you can purchase that in as many increments as you want. All right. I love running this special because it definitely people do love when I run this special. So make sure, because I'll end up 2-3 days booked out. Now my video readings are a different price. They're actually regular price, so this is the price for the live readings, okay? All right, so I'm just gonna ask Spirit for the Leos. All right, I'm going to ask the Spirit for the Leos, for the love, for the couples, for the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th week of May 2017. All right. All right, Leos, you got some issues. All right, now this is for Leo rising. I'm going to close my door. Okay, yeah, my son was kind of too loud and distracting me. All right, so your money reading, I am going to use the Black Cat Tarot deck for that. And your love reading, I'm using the Cosmic Tarot. So the first week, okay, you get the 10 of Swords for the first week for your love. So I am going to do some clarifiers to see what this is. Leo, I feel like you are dealing with a situation where it's kind of like some sort of negative things in the subconscious between you and your partner. And so I feel like the 10 of Swords is representing that energy. Spirits, give me clarity on 10 of Swords. Alright, I'm going to look at that the first week. Okay, it's got something to do with Queen of Pentacles. So your partner could be an earth sign individual. Let me throw a couple of more cards here. I feel like the Queen of Pentacles is someone that's sort of, it's some sort of love triangle with the Three of Pentacles coming up. Strength card is representing, you know, possibly, I feel like your partner, Leo, I feel like this represents your partner sort of, you know, maybe sort of having this thing for another person, and it's definitely something that's breaking you down. Now going to the second week, the Princess of Cups shows up. So I feel like you're going to be reaching the end of some sort of love triangle situation, or maybe even a negative phase of that. Your partner could be either earth or water. Spirits, give me clarity on Princess of Cups and also the second week of May. So this may sort of be happening now, maybe some sort of history repeating itself. Okay, so feel like you and your partner are reaching the end of a negative phase. I definitely do feel as though the relationship going for the first week of May and probably even April, Leo, is that it's sort of kind of like maybe coming to an ending point, or maybe it seems like that's what it is, but everything isn't as it seems. Because I have seen couples have knocked down, drag out fights, and they have been through hell together and stayed together. It doesn't matter. All right, I'm going to ask Spirit about Leo's money for the month of May 2017, week 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm going to shuffle 3 times and then I'll cut. Okay, the Lovers, Queen of Wands, Five of Cups, and Temperance. I'm sorry, with this deck, I have to clarify. Nope, Justice. All right, so I'm going to come back over to the love side of your reading. I feel like second week, Ten of Cups, the Empress, and Ace of Pentacles. So I kind of feel as though Ten of Cups could represent, you know, you got two tens. So that's a repeating number, 10, by the way. I feel like there's been a struggle. I do want to clarify what that is, okay? I want to clarify more about this Three of Pentacles is what I want to do. But going into the second week of May, I kind of feel like things are going to get better, especially with the Empress coming up and the Ace of Pentacles. So I feel like you're going to definitely over here with the Queen of Wands, or either I think this is the King of Wands. It's kind of hard to tell because they don't really have the, like these little emblems or a little... But, you know, we know it's a court card. It's a fire sign. And so that could represent you. But I am going to... your cards are definitely jiving with each other. But it's kind of like a back and forth or something. I'm going to ask Spirit to give me more clarity on what happened in the past. This is probably something that's going to happen this month. Or something that's happened in March. Or maybe something that happened. Could be distant past or recent past. Okay, Three of Swords. Nine of Cups and Seven of Cups. So I feel like this is a, you know, maybe a person. Definitely some confusion, some chaos, and probably someone definitely with the Nine of Cups being the wish card. Somebody wishing your relationship to end, okay? So that's where that negative energy was. Whenever you felt it, it was between you and your partner. It was somebody wishing death upon your relationship, okay? Going over to your money, the first week of May, you get the Lovers. So this is where your love life is sort of taking precedence over your job. Okay, and Leos would do that. They would take the time to deal with their relationship and put the job on the back burner, actually. Because that's the smart thing to do. You know, I think a lot of fire signs know that. Okay, well, at least Leos know that. You keep your relationship tight and your money will stay tight. So first week of May, I feel like you're going to be putting your energy into your relationship, Leo. Or you're going to be spending time with your partner first week of May. Okay, Six of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Moon cards. It's crazy how these sort of came back around. They were sort of, I think the Cancer got some similar cards. It's so weird. So, your partner could be a water sign, Leo. I'm going to be honest with you. Just because of the Empress. I think the Empress may represent fire or water energy. Earth or air. Okay, so first week with your finances, I feel as though Six of Wands represents, you know, getting positive encouragement. Ace of Pentacles represents some sort of financial success or reward coming in that first week for you. And then the Moon. So the Moon card is kind of like somebody's howling at the moon about what you got. Somebody's doing what I call pocket watching. They're counting your money. Second week, you got Queen of Wands. I'm going to say King of Wands. So this represents you, okay? I feel like it represents your power and energy of transforming and changing around your situation. So I feel like you definitely are going to have to work through some moon energy, Leo, that's actually coming in through your job. So this is where there is specifically someone at the job that is trying to drive a wedge. Okay? So let me ask Spirit more about second week with the finances. Okay, the Chariot, Hermit, Temperance, lovely. I love that. That is a Bombay reading. Chariot represents you ain't gonna let nobody set you back. You ain't gonna let nothing distract you. You feel that distracting energy, but you're like, you staying on top of it. And you're progressing. So I do feel like you may have either a Cancer. If you do have a water sign, it's a Cancer. Scorpio, Pisces, maybe. Because of the Chariot, you know, the Pisces is sort of a representation of the yin yang. So, but so is the Cancer. Scorpios are kind of in a league of their own. But anyway, so this represents your strength and your determination. And then the Hermit represents you kind of isolating yourself, sort of, you know, kind of giving the people at your job, maybe sort of definitely not allowing the job to affect you. So you're sort of, you know, in hermit mode to where you're, you know, feeling like, hey, I'm just going to be alone and I don't care about whatever the hell the crowd is doing. Somewhere in those lines. And then Temperance is representing, you know, getting balance. And also Temperance represents things being balanced and where they should be. Okay, so now third week you got the 5 of Cups for the money. So I feel like this is something that you're going to regret. I feel like this is something personal that you're going to be dealing with in your at work. So I feel like this is something personal that's going to come through. And then coincidentally, for the third week for your love reading, you did get the Hanged Man. So I do feel as though there is some energies coming through the job that you're going to take, possibly. You don't even necessarily have to take it home with you. They're completely bypassing you somehow. So I do feel as though if this energy is coming in through your partner, Leo, you need to sort of put the cap on your relationship. Spirits, give me clarity on the Hanged Man for the love reading. I do feel like it is a crossroads. I want to know more about the third week. All right. 4 of Swords, 3 of Wands, and Wheel of Fortune. So I feel as though the 4 of Swords kind of represents, you know, during that third week, I feel like your partner or either Leo is going to feel the need to sort of distance themselves. So I feel like about the third week, you're going to be distant, dealing with work. And it is going to be some sort of, I'm not even going to lie to you, a love triangle. Now, the Wheel of Fortune comes up as the last card. So it does represent things changing constantly. That's what the Wheel of Fortune, and then fate, and then sort of fate being out of your hands. So, Leo, if this is something that's happening on your partner's job or on your job that you can't control, or you know, or maybe you're feeling like you don't have control over your life. Now that would drive a Leo crazy if they don't have control over a situation. So I feel like 4 of Swords could represent distance, possible cheating, separation a little bit in the third week. And I feel like it has something to do with, you know, just a triangle. Let me ask Spirit what advice to offer on the Wheel of Fortune and the third week. So I do kind of see you dealing with that, maybe even possibly, 5 of Wands. So the reason why things seem to be out of your control, Leo, is not necessarily because it's just the way that it is. It's not what it is. You keep saying it is what it is, but it's not. Your spirit guides are trying to give you messages. You've been dealing with this for a while. I feel like 5 of Wands represents the anger and the jealousy that you're dealing with, the resentment, whether or not it's coming from the Leo or Leo partner. I'll ask Spirit where it's coming from. It probably could be coming from the Leos, whoever this is for. If Spirits, give me clarity on 5 of Wands. What is creating this problem? Okay. The 2 of Cups. So Leo, I feel like what the 2 of Cups is representing is that you have a lot of feelings for your partner and vice versa. So I kind of feel like if you're dealing with You could, I mean, Ace of Swords was next. So some of you Leos may be dealing with someone that you used to deal with also. And that could be where that anger and resentment comes from. And a lot of people don't understand that when they don't talk to a person, when they don't associate with a person, but they're still affected by their energy. That could be the case. But I'm going to clarify more so and do a shuffle of the cards for this Two of Cups to find out. Because I kind of feel as though this is where your partner was just kind of emotional about the relationship and just really, really, maybe even possessive, okay? And this could be Leo being possessive also. I also feel like the possessiveness is coming in because, maybe on some level your partner doesn't want you to do what you're doing for a living possibly. Or maybe they don't want you working with some of the people. I feel like it's not necessarily jealousy. It could be that there are some Leos that will get jealous of the attention that you may get from a certain individual at work. So there may be a jealous spirit within your Leo, possibly. Okay, the Star card, yeah. Feel like this is possibly where either Leo or Leo's partner wants to be the center of attention. But I feel like it could be a third party that wants to have that. So you have your relationship, but then you have this third party that wants to be the center of gravity. And it shouldn't be like that. The Two of Cups represents the union between the two of you. So I feel like around the third week, you're going to start to gain clarity on that situation. Now, the King of Pentacles comes up in the fourth week. I'm going to throw some clarifiers at him because I'm totally confused about who he is. Now, I will tell you that over here you do have Justice. So the King of Pentacles could represent your boss, could represent somebody being fair, could represent your partner being fair. Or maybe somebody at work. So I feel like first of all, with Justice coming up, I do strongly feel that, whatever it was that was going on, like you're definitely going to get justice from it. So this is very positive as far as with the finances. King of Pentacles is representing stability. All right, spirits, give me clarity on King of Pentacles. Sorry about that. Close the door, sweetie. Thank you. All right, spirits, give me clarity on King of Pentacles in the fourth week. Okay, the Sun card comes up. The Prince of Pentacles. And then Nine of Swords. Spirits, give me clarity on Nine of Swords. Okay, the Chariot. So the fourth week, Leo, in your relationship, I do see with the Sun card sort of like this warmth energy between you and your partner. But then there's another person that's going to come to bring messages. It is an earth sign. So they're going to send some sort of message. So you've got a message coming through that's meant to send you some sort of anxiety. It could be about your partner, but the spirits are suggesting that going into June that you continue to move forward and you just eventually, negative subconscious crud like that and waste eventually, once you get some distance and time from thinking about it and worrying about it, then you'll get past it, whatever the hell it is. You don't have to have this energy continue to plague you. I do feel like there's messages coming in, spirit causing that, those setbacks in your relationship. Okay, so the Chariot is representing determination to make things work, and then also possible travel. So the Chariot could represent Prince of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, the Sun, Prince of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, and the Chariot could represent that you're possibly planning to move. And there's, there's definitely some anxiety surrounding those plans. I feel like it is coming in through a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, just some negativity. But you've got to press forward. I feel like, Leo, this is representing you being determined to make it work. Okay? And also, if your partner is an earth sign and they're being really negative, maybe you need to move them to a different location. So maybe your determination is going to determine something. But I would say that if you're having problems with your partner causing you anxiety, that you may want to come and get a private reading. Yeah. Okay, so going over here to justice, I do feel as though you've been struggling with something on the job, Leo. Absolutely. Maybe it's, I'm going to come over here and clarify this Five of Cups. I feel as though this is possibly something about your relationship that you shared with someone that you now regret because it's starting to affect you at work, like some sort of history. You've probably been on your job for a while, or been doing what you've been doing for a while, or doing what you do for a while. So I feel like that energy does come up, and it is unfair for it to continue to affect you. So I do feel like you are going to get some kind of spiritual legal justice. Spirits, give me clarity on Five of Cups. Okay. So you're going to have some sort of regret about another job, and I feel like you shouldn't let that energy creep into your current situation. Let that situation go. That's just stuff you need to let go of. Justice does represent the karma coming in for that, so I feel like you are going to be dealing with justice having to do with some negative karmas. But spirits, give me clarity for the Leos for the 4th week for the money. I do feel like this foretells of something good for you, especially with the King of Pentacles. Okay, strength. Nine of Swords comes up again, and then Knight of Cups. So we'll clarify Knight of Cups just like I had to clarify the... That's interesting, the Nine of Swords. Spirits, give me clarity on the Knight of Cups. The Fool card. So I do feel like you're going to have some sort of resurgence, trust. I do feel like your boss possibly has issues with trust because I feel like somebody is possibly going to them and telling them something, Leo. Or it could be that you're having trouble trusting because someone's psychically attacking you. I do see a spirit guide coming to you around the 4th week of the month because you do have a very important job. You've gotten a lot of very powerful cards come up. The Strength card is representing, just sort of dancing with life. So it's what it's about. It's about energy, vitality, and perseverance. But it's also, I do feel spirit guides coming in for you. I do feel as though with the Fool card coming up, you may have some issues with trust when it comes to your spirituality. You're struggling with that, and it is affecting you at work because you're not really working. I feel like you're possibly not really working with your spirit guides the way that you should. So when it comes to your job, I feel like you're definitely doing that. At home, I feel like you're doing it. But I feel like at work, you're not really taking seriously, because you can definitely see how where, Leo sort of does put their relationship as priority over their job. And that's in order to make sure that their relationship is secure. And that makes a lot of sense. So possibly around the 3rd week, and I feel like you're dealing with some sort of spiritual energy that comes in just through sort of this regret from the past. So whether or not it comes in through another person or it's coming in through your boss at work, maybe your co-workers. Okay, could possibly be, sort of standoffish. They're kind of acting like, and it kind of, and it does kind of make you feel like this paranoia to where, because all eyes are on you because of the position that you're in particular with the Hermit and Temperance coming up and the Chariot, so that's actually a pretty, again, I do see travel. You got the Chariot twice. So this is some kind of travel. I feel like you're supposed to travel for your job. Maybe you're going to be offered that. Maybe your partner might try to make you feel scared to do it. Possibly. Or it could be the other way around. So it's a couples reading. So I don't want to just sit up here and like victimize. It could be either way. Or it could be that Leo is manifesting it because they can't move forward. They're still connected with some spirits or energies from the past that they need to just kind of, in the Bible where God tells the lady to keep walking and don't look back. That is sometimes what you have to do. Okay, so this is where something out of sight, out of mind. Okay, that is my suggestion to you. The Fool could represent where you're going to kind of go out and I feel like it's an excellent card. It's a rebuilding or a rebirth of self. Kind of like when you get knocked down and you come back up and you're even stronger. Okay. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Again, if you want a private reading, the link to my website is in the video description box. And make sure that you support the channel by hitting the subscribe button and then hitting that thumbs up button, okay? All right, talk to you guys soon. Namaste.